Picture this. You're sitting alone at night. The room is dim. Your phone is silent. And for the first time in a long time, you're honest with yourself. You realize something you never wanted to admit. She was never in love with you. She was in love with the idea of you, the future version of you, the man she hoped you would eventually become. My friend, let me tell you something every man learns the hard way. A woman can fall for your potential, but she leaves because of your reality. And the moment you understand this truth, everything about your past relationship starts to make painful, perfect sense. You remember how she used to talk about you to her friends, how she would hype you up like you were a king before you ever felt like one. She didn't love your flaws. She loved your capacity to rise above them. She saw ambition in your eyes, not achievement. She saw promise, not stability. And that's the emotional trap men fall into. Because as men, we're programmed, biologically, neurologically, to love with our loyalty. But women love with their instincts. Their brain chemistry responds to what you could become, not always what you are. That's why the dopamine hit she got from imagining your future was stronger than the bond she felt from living in your present. Let me break this down for you like a battlefield map. In the beginning, every woman is an investor. She scans your life for signs of return. Potential is a currency, ambition is a weapon, discipline is a fortress, and brother, when your reality doesn't match her projected version of you, something inside her collapses. Not all at once, not violently, but silently, like a bridge slowly cracking from the inside. Behavioral example number 1. Remember how she used to say, "I believe in you"? That wasn't love. That was a forecast, a prediction, a projection of a man she hoped would someday exist. Behavioral example number 2. Think about how she pushed you to do better. She wasn't trying to change you. She was trying to help you become the man she already built in her mind. Behavioral example number 3. When she got upset that you weren't improving fast enough, that wasn't anger. That was disappointment. She felt betrayed by a future that never arrived. Let me give you a real scenario. Case study number 1. A man works a simple job earning modest money, nothing special, but he talks big. He has dreams, ambition, ideas, and she buys into the vision. For 2 years she stays, because she thinks greatness is right around the corner. Then reality hits. He doesn't change, he doesn't grow. His potential becomes a prison instead of a promise. She leaves. Not because she stopped caring, but because her brain couldn't sustain the fantasy anymore. Dopamine fades. Reality wins. Case study number 2. Another man is emotionally distant, but she sees softness in him when he smiles, or when he talks about his childhood, or when he's half asleep and vulnerable. She thinks if he opens up someday, he'll love me better than any man ever could. But he doesn't open up. Not fully, not consistently. Just enough to keep the flame alive, but never enough to keep her heart secure. And she walks away, heartbroken by a potential she swore she could unlock. Case study number 3. A third man promises everything. I'll quit drinking. I'll start my business. I'll be more present. And for a while he tries. He means it. But meaning isn't momentum. Her biology starts firing warning signals. This is dangerous. This is unstable. This man is not who he said he would become. And eventually she chooses survival over sentiment. My friend, there's a truth most men never hear. A woman doesn't fall for the man you are today. She falls for the man you're becoming, and leaves when she realizes he isn't coming. Read that again, slowly. Let it hit. But here's where the destruction becomes transformation. When she leaves because your potential wasn't realized, she doesn't just break your heart. She shatters your illusions. She forces you to confront the version of yourself you promised, but never delivered. That pain you feel, that hollow pressure in your chest, that's not heartbreak. That's awakening. That's your brain rewiring itself, forcing you to evolve. You're not grieving her. You're grieving the version of yourself you should have been. Let me talk to you as a brother, not as a narrator. This world doesn't reward men for potential. It rewards men for results, execution, discipline, consistency. A man's worth is determined by what he builds, not what he dreams about, not what he promises, not what he might do someday. Every man is fighting a silent war. The war between who he is and who he said he would be. And that war, my friend, doesn't end until you choose to end it. But here's the twist. Her leaving wasn't your destruction. It was your ignition. Because now you have two choices. Stay the man who disappointed her, or two, become the man she thought you were. Not for her, not to win her back, not to prove anything, but because that higher version of you was always supposed to be real. You just never gave him a chance to exist. Let me ask you something quietly. Was she wrong for loving your potential? Or were you wrong for wasting it? Sit with that for a moment. Sometimes the woman wasn't delusional. You were just late to your own greatness. Hopeful but still heavy. But don't hate her, don't blame her, don't resent her for expecting more from you than you expected from yourself. She wasn't your enemy. She was your mirror. She reflected the man you could be. And sometimes mirrors break when the truth becomes too heavy to hold. And now you rebuild. Not because she walked away, but because you finally understand why. Because somewhere deep inside you, you know she wasn't loving a fantasy. She was loving a future you're still capable of creating. And when you become that man, the man of action, not intention, the man of discipline, not potential, the man of reality, not projection, you realize something profound. She didn't fall in love with the wrong man. You just weren't ready to be him yet. My friend, your story isn't over. It's beginning. Become the man she believed you could be, but this time, do it for yourself. Listen, brother. Before this video ends, I need you to hear something that might just change the direction of your life. You've spent so much time waiting for someone to finally see your worth, waiting for a woman to validate you, waiting for the world to give you a chance, waiting for life to feel different. But here's the truth, no one told you. No one is coming to save you. Not her, not your friends, not society, not even someday. And I know that hurts. It should. Because deep down, you've always felt like you were almost enough, almost strong, almost successful, almost confident, almost loved. Almost. But almost is the most dangerous lie a man can live inside. It keeps you hoping, but never becoming. It keeps you waiting, but never moving. And tonight, right now, I want you to truly understand something. You were never lacking potential. You were lacking commitment. Not love, not money, not luck. Commitment. Commitment to yourself, to your discipline, to your growth, to your future. Because the world treats men like mirrors. It only reflects back what you build, not what you dream. You've carried heartbreak, disappointment, failures, betrayal, but you're still here. There is a reason for that. There is a reason life hasn't crushed you. There is a reason you're listening to this right now. You are standing at a crossroads where every man arrives sooner or later. Either repeat the same life or rebuild your entire identity. And I'm talking to the part of you that's tired, the part of you that's done breaking, the part of you that's sick of rebuilding after being destroyed, the part of you that finally wants peace. My friend, you don't get peace by waiting for it. You get peace by becoming the kind of man who no longer breaks at every emotional storm, a man who doesn't beg for love but demands respect through his presence, his purpose, his discipline, his silence. A man who doesn't collapse when someone leaves because he has built a life they can't take away from him. A man who doesn't fear being alone because solitude is where he sharpens himself. Listen carefully. Your pain is not a punishment. It's a blueprint, a message. And the message is simple. You were meant to become stronger than the things that hurt you. You were meant to outgrow the versions of yourself you keep mourning. You were meant to rise from the ashes of the life you thought you wanted. You were meant to evolve. So this is your moment, your turning point, your silent promise to yourself. No more chasing, no more begging, no more waiting, no more shrinking, no more surviving. From today forward, you build, you rise, you transform. Not for her, not for validation, not for revenge, but for you, for the man you know you can become, for the man who doesn't depend on potential because he has finally stepped into his power. Brother, close this video, stand up, and begin the life you were always meant to live. Your future self is waiting. Make him proud.